welcome back to the Way of Truth Tarot. If you're new here, welcome. I'm thrilled to have you here with me. If you enjoy true crime, if you enjoy dark mysteries, and you enjoy the tarot, well, you've come to the right place, because here I do tarot readings on true crime and some conspiracy cases like aliens and other kind of dark mystery type stuff. So welcome. And before I get into it, I do just want to say that today's video wouldn't really be possible if not for a subscriber. So I just want to say a shout out to Emmy Sue for giving me a piece of information that I was having a hard time finding. So thank you so much. And I dedicate this video to you. So before I go any further, I just want to say that everything in this video is alleged and my opinion based on the energy of the cards. No more, no less. If I don't understand a card, if I can't pick up on the information, then I will tell you. Plain and simple. So with that being said, let's get started. To do this reading today, I'm going to be using my tarot, if I can find it. Hang on one sec. I found it. Okie doke. So I'll be using tarot. And I'm going to be using my Mysteries of the Unsolved True Crime Oracle. And if I need extra clarification, I'm going to be pulling some of my clarifying tokens. So, I've made a list of questions, and let's get into it. I pre-shuffled as I always do, but I'll do it on camera just so you can see for yourself. So the piece of information that Emmy Sue provided for me was the name of the father and son that are into Odinism and whose son dated Abby Williams. So, yeah, I was initially wondering if it could be Brad Weber because they shared the same last name. And when I was doing my research and I found this piece of information about, you know, the boy that Abby dated and his father being into Odinism, and so when I was following the trial and I heard Brad Weber's name, I was like, oh, could that be? But NBC was able to clarify that for me. And so in this video, I'm going to be solely looking into Brad and his energy and Logan's relationship with Abby, like just checking out, seeing what's what. Alrighty. Let's do this for these guys. I thoroughly pre-shuffled them. But like I said, I just want you guys to see me do it. So I'm just going to do it once. I'm not going to spend much time because that's really unnecessary. Okay. right, let's get started. Just going to say one more time, everything in this video is alleged in my opinion based on the energy of the cards. Okay. I'm going to do this. I'm going to start with a card that has Abby's energy. I'm going to pull a second card that is Logan's energy. And the energy in between. So, yeah, the energy that connects them both together. Okay. Okay, Spirit, give me an energy or a card that describes Abby's energy in this situation towards Logan. So we have the Star. And this card actually came out on my table sideways. Now, when that happens, depending on what the card is, it can kind of mean that, like, the person is, you know, a bit of both, like a bit of the upright meaning and a bit of the reversed meaning kind of together. So that's kind of what I'm feeling with this. So, like, the Star, for me is like a faith card, you know, just having faith that there's something more out there, having faith that the universe has your back, that kind of thing. It's also indicative of miracles as well as, like, hope and rejuvenation. But, like, definitely it's all encompassing of spirituality. Now, reversed, it's about lack of faith, despair, and a disconnection. So it was on its side, and I'm feeling like she could feel like there's something more out there, okay? She wanted there to be more out there, but at the same time, I feel like she was a very logical person, a very intelligent person, someone that would require proof, you know? So, like, the card was on its side. So it's like, yeah, I'm feeling like she was all into that faith and believing that things exist and all that, but needing proof. So that is Abby's energy. Let's get Logan's energy. And for those of you who are not familiar with my videos, I don't physically pick the card. I shuffle until a card pops out. Now, occasionally you may see me pull a card. And I mean, I definitely bounce between the two, but predominantly, especially when I'm going, so if I'm reading for myself, I will a lot of the times pick the card. But when I am reading for, like, stuff like this, I let Spirit choose a card for me. So in case you're wondering why they jump out the way they do, that is, I'm letting the universe choose the card for me. So the card that the universe chose today for Logan's energy is the Sun in reverse. And you know, the sun is the most positive card in the deck practically, right? So I'm kind of like, I don't know, I just didn't like to see it reversed. Not that it's terrible. But so the sun in reverse is like, how can I say this? Like conceitedness. And like inner child issues. So like, I guess a lot of their shadow self poking through because their inner child is not taken care of, fulfilled, nurtured, whatever it may be. And that can cause a lot of negative personality traits, right? So anyway, I digress. Let's get the energy between the two. Alrighty. Six of Swords in reverse. And it's about returning to trouble. The Six of Swords upright is moving to calmer waters. This is about being trapped and unable to move on from this turmoil type state. To be completely frank with you, I was not expecting this card. I was expecting, well, I try to go in with no expectations, but a lot of the times the cards I get, I'm like, oh, I can see that. That makes sense, you know? But I just wasn't expecting this one. So this is going to give us a path to follow. So I want to get some information about what it was like for Abby and Logan the last time they saw each other. So, yeah, the last time they saw each other, what did that entail? What was the energy? Give me 3 cards. We have the Fool in reverse. Being unprepared. Being naive. And like poor judgment. Okay. So we got 2. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Knight of Swords in reverse. So the 6 of Pentacles in reverse is like a one-sided debt. Giving somebody a gift, but there being an ulterior motive behind it and strings attached. So definitely not a gift. And then the Knight of Swords in reverse is a very rash, forceful, bully type energy. That's very impulsive. Which is not a good combination. And this energy is also fast energy. So it's like when they flip, they flip. There's no lead up to it. It's very shocking. And it instills a lot of fear in people because, like I said, it's just like from 0 to 60 in a second. It catches people off guard. And when it does, they get off on it. They absolutely love it. So it gives them more power. Okay. I can definitely understand why that was their last meeting, because I wouldn't want to be near this person ever again. Okay, let's get some Whispers of the Unsolved, and then we'll keep going. Secret weapon. Okay. What about this secret weapon? What do you mean by secret weapon? Being helpless and taking power away from the individual. Making them feel helpless, like they can't go to anybody for help. So like that makes them feel completely alone and just completely unsafe. Okay, okay. 7 of Cups upright. Illusions. Searching for truth. Yeah. This is giving me like doing little things over a period of time to slowly create like an impression, or slowly create an impression. But so somebody thinks something is going on, or somebody thinks that this is hard to explain. Give me a minute. It's like doing little things over a period of time to slowly convince somebody that either something is happening or that something's happening. Let's just say that. But really it's not. You're totally creating it, but you're doing it in a way that is like little by little by little. And so the person will eventually start to believe that it is absolutely real. Also because they trust you, and like they would never think in a million years that you'd be calculated enough to do something like that. So already this secret weapon is giving me the impression that it's like psychological warping. I don't know if you would call it's not I don't know if it's brainwashing, at least, but it's because at least in this stage of what I'm looking at, I'm not getting the sense that it's like a concept like a cult would have that you have to like believe is true and kind of thing. But it's like the same like psychological manipulation. Let's just say psychological manipulation is what these two cards are making me feel. That's what the secret weapon, I think, is like, yeah, psychological manipulation. If I'm on the right track, can you let me know? Okay, so we have the Lovers in reverse. And this is crazy because this is the breakup card. So, their last interaction was them breaking up. Okay, I want to get a little bit more information on this. Please expand on, thank you. Tower, sudden change. What was this tower moment that caused the breakup? Hidden motives, High Priestess in reverse. There was hidden motives, and Abby, did not see it. This card also has to do with secrets. And that has direct relation with the hidden motives. And Abby's intuition was blocked. She wasn't able to pick up on any red flags or any weird vibes or anything like that. And this has been a common trend, is this clouded judgment. We saw it in the Seven of Cups. So it's interesting. Okay. And then we have the Hierophant. And this has to do with unconventional beliefs. Religious belief systems. Like, sorry, the Hierophant in reverse is like unconventional religious beliefs. But upright, as it is belief systems in general, certain traditions that have to do with spirituality and religion. Okay. So I'm wondering, I just got this idea in my head that perhaps Abby broke up with Logan because of his religious beliefs, his spiritual beliefs, in the Odinism. Let's see what the cards say about that idea. Am I on the right track by saying that this was gonna... Okay, we've got the Ten of Swords in reverse. And this is about lessons learned. Going on even stronger. Like getting through something and being even stronger in the end from it. Then we have the Two of Wands upright. That's about like choosing a path. And then we have the Hanged Man, which is about new perspectives. So this relationship opened her eyes a lot, but it wasn't for her. It wasn't for her at all. So she breaks up with him and then is moving on even stronger, choosing, okay, what next? But having a new perspective on life because this relationship had opened her up to another world, essentially. Is this fair to say? Yeah, I believe. So we have the Knight of Wands. And this is about like a, again, impulsive energy, a very charming energy, but has a hot temper and a rebellious nature. Okay, what about this Knight of Wands? Okay, we have the Devil in reverse. Yeah, and this is about moving on from this energy. Same type of energy that we saw up here with the Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay. So if Abby was the one that broke up, what is going on with my lighting? Oh, it's dying, that's why. Hang on. Okay, that's better. So, if Abby broke up with Logan, I would hate to know that could have been a reason, or maybe not all, like, the only reason, but I would just hate to know that by her breaking up with him, it could have started something. Allegedly my opinion based on the energy of the cards, but I'm just going to tidy up the cards that I have so far, reshuffle, and look into that. I would really like to be able to confirm, if I could confirm who broke up with who. I highly doubt I'll be able to find that information, but I'm going to try. Hang on one sec. Be right back. Okay. I just shuffled a bunch, and I'm just going to let you see that I shuffle a little bit more. I just didn't want to waste time, you guys, watching me for 3 minutes shuffling cards. All right, last one. Okay. Like, we don't even know if these people have anything to do with it. So, yeah. But let's ask. Plain and simple. Ask. Was Brad H, I'm going to just say Brad H and Logan H, were they involved in any way, shape, or form, involved in the double unaliving? We have the 8 of Swords upright. Okay, we have the 7 of Cups upright. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. One more card. Thank you. And we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. Okay. Okay. These 4 cards are giving me the impression that somebody's in a tough situation they feel that they cannot get out of easily. If you've ever been in debt, you know that feeling where like you just feel trapped and you feel like there's no way that you can climb out of this hole? That is the feeling I'm getting. Because of, I don't know, just like a bad lifestyle or whatever, judgment's clouded. Stress probably has a lot to do with it. But they're searching for a way out. But their judgment's clouded. So it's not exactly the best situation for smart decision making. They are, you know, they're having some financial issues with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And more specifically, they lost out on a financial opportunity. And they're trying to find help for that. So let's keep going. Actually, but before we keep going, I want to get some whispers for this. Okay, give me some cards that best describe this scenario I just said with the tarot. Cover up. Optical illusion. Parental figure. Interesting. Very interesting. Caught. Allegedly my opinion based on the energy of the cards. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Let's get tarot back here. Okay, Spirit, can you okay, wait. Tell me more information about what happened to the girls. Give me more information about that. We've got the Four of Swords in reverse. This is like ready to make yourself known, ready to enter the world. Upright, the sword, the Four of Swords is about rest and recuperation, sanctuary, hibernation, that kind of thing. So reversed is like you've hibernated, you've, maybe not been out there for the last little while, but now you're reemerging onto the scene. That's what this card is. And so when I have my cards in rows, so I have the top row, and then I have the bottom row. And so obviously the first cards in those rows will be like this, one underneath each other. So this card, oddly enough, and it always works out this way, has a direct correlation to the top card. It's usually actually, it's just a beautiful thing how it happens, but it's like the underlying issue. So this is something I started to catch on after, I've been into this for years. So I slowly started to catch on like, hey, this always is related to each other, like in a very specific way. So it's like they were trapped in their own head, because of this, poor financial situation they were in. So that's kind of like hiding in your head. And this card is making me feel like what they're doing after. I mean, they had charged Richard Allen and sentenced him to 130 years. So re-entering the world is like, I feel that they're like, oh, finally we can kind of relax now. We can re-enter the world and not have to, be paranoid that the cops are going to come knocking. But let's get more cards. Those don't count. They didn't. My thumb accidentally pushed them off. So we have the Four of Wands in reverse. And this is like feeling unwelcome in your home. Not getting along with anybody that you live with. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Wands in reverse, and this is like rejection. Okay. Oh, well, it kind of makes sense. So it's almost like this is giving me the impression of, okay, somebody else went to jail. I, don't have to be looking over my shoulder anymore. So you go out in the world expecting for there to be no issues, but I guess, you do have issues. Like this is giving me the thing is like, oh, I go out expecting to be welcomed because I haven't been around for very often, and then, going to your regular diner and everybody snubbing you. Maybe because I don't live there, so I don't know what the rumor or what the vibe around the town's going. Is there a lot of people in Delphi that believe that Richard Allen had nothing to do with it? I don't know. This is giving me the impression the people who are of that mindset have almost in their gut, they know. I don't know. I hope I'm making sense. Anyway, this is not being comfortable where you live and having rejection from everywhere. Thinking that you're recovered and you're entering somewhere that's going to accept you, and it not being the case. Okay. Okay. I am going to leave this here for now because I need to brainstorm more questions. But this has been very interesting. And before I go, I'm going to get some more Whispers of the Unsolved. Okay. Give me 10 cards that are very specific that have to do with this case. Have to do with the truth of this case, allegedly. This is interesting, and I'll explain why I think this is extremely interesting. As I was following the trial, I could not get past how, okay, for one thing, Richard Allen was thrown into solitary confinement for 13 months. And if you know anything about solitary confinement, you know that even 24 hours can be really hard on the human mind. 13 months broke him. They don't even do that with convicted felons. They don't put them in for 13 months, but they did for Richard Allen. And when the trial started, even before the trial started, when the defense team was appointed to Richard Allen, the judge tried to get them thrown out, removed from the case, because these defense lawyers really fought for him. Like, they really put everything they had into their case for him to help him, because they truly, truly believe that he did not do it. Anyway, my point is the judge wasn't fair, and it was extremely obvious. Even Andrea Burkhart, who was the person I followed for all of the trial details, she said that it was so obvious that there was a bias, that the state was, the golden student or the golden child, if you know what I mean. And that, as I was like watching and listening to the trial information, I instantly acknowledged that what we were seeing example of the deep state trickling down. And this is like what I was witnessing was them in action. Having a certain narrative that they're trying to push. So that's why I find this very interesting. Oh. Yeah. So that is directly related to this. Friend. Abby and Libby were best friends. Woods concealed. Obviously, is that this is it. This is where they were found. Okay, this did not happen. This is referring to things falling apart. Let's get a token for that, actually. Okay, we have a teapot. I don't like to look when I choose the tokens. I go by feel. 46, and it's a chair. Friendship is the teapot. Um, 46 is the chair. Time out, quiet time, or stillness. Okay, so their plans for their life, for each other, fell apart. Time out. Stillness. Done. Okay. interesting. I'm going to explore. Let me just make a note so I don't forget. We're going to go down this route a little later on in the series. Okay. Yeah, obviously. Oh, interesting. So don't pay attention to the fraud part, but the cybercrime part. Remember Anthony Shots? Confirm. If this was in reverse, it would be can't confirm. So you can see it here. But confirm. Like, does Anthony Shots and this have something to do with each other? Gotta look into that, and I will. Probably actually in the next video. Let's get our last whisper. School. School. Okay, interesting. I'm going to also make a note of the school thing because, I don't know, I think something's telling me to look into that. So, this has been a very interesting reading, and yeah, all of these cards have a lot to do with the case. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed. If you do, consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you enjoy this type of content and are not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. It makes it just really helps put my videos out to the people who would enjoy watching them. And it definitely is really appreciated on my part, and it just encourages me to do more. So thank you for your support, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful evening.